Hey dumplings, it's Dave this time. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are jumping into some new Jungkook tattoos. Ooh! A new tattoo that we saw. This is crazy. I am freaking out. I am dying. Are you dying right now? Please tell me I'm not the only one that is dying. We will talk about where that is and what our theories are on this. There's also something going on with the possibility of Jungkook having a reality TV show. Like maybe this is in the talks. I don't know, but we'll get into it. We'll get into all of that tea. So if you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and you can be notified to be the first to leave your hate comment. Now, let's jump into it. Now, let's start with something that makes us armies cry. Something that makes us die every single time. This is, of course, Jungkook's tattoos. Now, if you didn't know, in Korea, it's definitely seen as a big deal to have a tattoo. Not necessarily in the good way. Like to get tattoos that are especially visible either on TV or in public. And this is even small tattoos. But to get as many tattoos as Cookie has, it's definitely seen as more delinquent. Our baby a delinquent? Never. Whereas in America, I believe the stats was like 1 out of every 3 people have a tattoo. Something like that. So it's very common here. I can imagine this is the reason why people would have very mixed reactions to Jungkook having a tattoo. So armies are definitely more sensitive to this topic. We know this is more of a big deal in Korea. Obviously, a lot of non-K-pop idols and normal people like you and me, it is not going to be a big deal to have a tattoo. But then obviously K-pop idols avoid trying to get tattoos because there's huge controversies around it. And this is likely why Jungkook hides his tattoos. In a recent Bangtan Bomb episode, this is like one of their series, armies have been staring at Jungkook. We like Hawkeye at Jungkook, especially his arms, because we know that every time we see him, there is a possibility we are going to see more of his tattoos. Maybe his sleeve will do God's work and roll up a little bit. Maybe the wind will do God's work. Oh, wind, please do God's work. Bless us with some tattoos. Bless us with some Jungkook tattoos. But anywho, in this particular video, Jungkook's sleeve kind of fell slightly below his wrist, and you could just peer inside. And some of us were able to see something that looked different. Don't get me wrong, I did not notice this the first time I saw it. This took me a long time to actually understand what the hubbubaloo was about. The fact that they managed to even get a decent quality footage zoomed up on Jungkook's arm is beyond me. There is this screenshot here of Jungkook, and you can see that there is something there on his arm. Now initially I was like, we saw those tattoos. They don't look like anything new. They have already been there. The tattoo kind of at the top is actually the I love you symbol with the hands, and it's made out of like stones or rocks. And then we know there's a sentence right below it that says rather be dead than cool. And then right below that, there's a flower tattoo. And we know this, right? But if you do look at some of the other photos that exist out there of all those 3 tattoos, there is actually a big gap between the cool tattoo and the flower tattoo. But then in the Bangtan Bomb episode, as you can see, the gap is filled. So this is possibly another tattoo. It looks like he's gonna go for the complete sleeve. Or maybe he already has the complete sleeve and we just don't know because we haven't seen it. I can't really make out what the tattoo is or what it really could be, but just by judging a lot of the other tattoos that Jungkook has, and they usually symbolize eras of BTS. They symbolize the music, and sometimes it's tattoos specifically dedicated to armies. So perhaps it's the tattoo of a black swan like in his previous album. What's interesting is that if you look closely, it looks like it overlaps the flower tattoo a little bit, because the flower tattoo has some characters written next to it, and you can see that overlap of those characters within the new tattoo. So we have no idea what this could be, why he specifically chose that placement. So as always, I head over to the Twitter, the Tweetster, to see what is going on, what people's opinions are on the tattoo. One person said, every army when there's a new angle of Jungkook's arm, ha 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 ha. I absolutely agree. The moment we see a new Jungkook video, we just hawk right at his arm. Like, Zadia, show us the arm. He's gotta eventually wear like a tank top or something, right? Just show us the tattoos, make a V-Life so we can stop suffering. I'm kidding, of course. I like to suffer when it's my Zadie. He is really gonna go for a full sleeve one day, if he doesn't already have one. And it's going to be hot. I can just tell. And then during a broadcast, they'll have to show it because it's a whole arm. How are you gonna cover an entire arm? Oh, they'll just put makeup on it. Oh man. Some other people had some theories on this. They're similar to mine, and they kind of predicted what the tattoo could mean. They wrote, it looks like a black swan to me. I do agree, you can kind of see a swan head there. It looks like it could be that. And that definitely was a good error for them. They've obviously done stuff in America before, but I don't think they did it at that scale in which that album was done in. I feel like a lot of Americans started to really know who they were after On. And after these type of songs and how they performed it in such cool places, and they also started performing it more in American talk shows. Of course, I am talking about their Grand Central performance performance. They were also one of the first groups to really social distance here in America from their audience, so props to them for being able to judge the situation and do that first. It's something we should have definitely taken seriously early on. That whole era was definitely a big deal and definitely something you should remember it by with a tattoo. I do love it, and it seems like Jungkook has been doing it a lot lately. Getting tattoos and definitely exploring more of that, as he probably has the time now to do more stuff like that. In their reality show In the Soup, his sleeves were kind of rolled up a little bit, and we didn't notice this particular tattoo, so I'm definitely going to say it was definitely more recent, i.e. the time In the Soup was filmed and now. I hope he continues to make more milestones and tattoos them on him. His whole body will just be like a beautiful artwork of his career. Recently there was a poll on Excited DC, and I think this website is like a TV network website or something. I'm not sure, but they had a poll with a lot of K-pop idols on there and asked which people would prefer to have a reality TV show. I don't know if they personally have the power to actually take the people on these polls and put them into a reality TV show, or I'm not even sure what the company does specifically, but definitely if enough people want something, networks will pay attention. They are going to want to follow and do this. They're going to see that a lot of people want this, and then they'll figure out a way to make it happen, because obviously they want to make shows that people want to watch. There was plenty of people on that list, like IU, or there was Irene from Red Velvet. They got around 1 to 3% of the votes. I believe IU actually has a show on her channel called IU TV, where she has a reality show, but maybe some people want to see her kind of do something a little bit bigger. But it definitely seemed like not that many votes went to them, as opposed to the really large amount of votes that went to Jungkook, which was 50%. That is about 10,000 people. And then basically Jungkook was ranked as the top K-pop idol for people wanting him to have a reality show. I totally agree. I would love to see Jungkook in a show. Obviously he's in Run BTS, Bon Voyage, and now In the Soup, which I'm going to react to on my Patreon, by the way. But then also a lot of ARMYs definitely want to see him do a little bit more solo work. He doesn't really have that much solo work under his belt, and I think a lot of the other members definitely have some really cool albums and mixtapes, so I think this could be cool for Jungkook, my cookie baby. However, given the fact that Jungkook likes to work, like within his group, and he likes to do things as a group, it is likely that if any TV network actually asks Jungkook to be in a TV show, he'll probably say no. But definitely curious to hear what Big Hit might say about this, if they would encourage him to do it or not, or would he just get final say and be like, nah. I definitely wanted to see what some peeps were saying over on the Tweetster, how they feel about this being a possibility. One ARMY wrote, yes, Jungkook having his own show will surely be the best idea ever. He's such a multi-talented idol and can definitely capture hearts of various types of audiences. Although it may not actually be a possibility, it is very exciting to think about. I think there's a lot they could do with this. Either have Jungkook in a game show style thing, or have him do things like that are on his bucket list, like skydiving or something like that, or even just simply seeing his normal day-to-day life. Like, I am totally sure he lives a very interesting life. I think there is this huge misconception with reality TV that it needs to be dramatic for people to watch it. It needs to have drama, and that's totally not true. Like, people basically go on YouTube to see reality TV of their favorite YouTubers, and some channels are just vlogs. No drama, just their life, and it's interesting. I would love to see a Jungkook's life. They can show me as the husband finally, and life will be good. If you kept going down on Twitter, you'll see people who didn't realize that this is what they wanted until it was mentioned. Similarly to how I kind of felt. They wrote, I never thought that I need Jungkook's reality show. Like, I agree. You never know what you want until it's like said, and now you're like, oh my god, I can't live without it. Like, literally give it to me. I need it yesterday. Such a good opportunity for him too, honestly. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring you in this comment right here. Thank you so much for your comments. I do have a Patreon if you want to go ahead and check that out. I upload things over there that I can't really upload over here, such as copyrighted material like reaction videos, music video reactions, performances, ship reactions, all that stuff over there. I'll also be doing kind of more reality TV shows on there as well. Link in the top of the description down below. Also, anything you contribute over there kind of gives back to this channel, helps me kind of spend more time making the videos and making sure that they're good and get resources and things like that. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear on the screen at the end of the video, so click on one of those videos and I will see you over there. Bye.